Welcome at the end of the road. Made it to John O Groats. I have made it to the most northerly village in mainland Britain, John O Groats. I can tell you that the name John O Groats comes from John Groat, who was also known in the area as Jan de Groot, a Dutchman who set up a ferry company. He got the franchise from King James III when Scotland acquired the Orkney Islands, which you may be able to see way out there. The island just here is actually not the Orkney Islands, it's a place called Stroma or Stroma, and it lies between mainland Scotland and the Orkneys. Now the ferry company that John Groat set up charged 2p for a ride across the sea and onto the Orkney Islands. Scotland had just purchased the Orkney Islands, or acquired them, from Denmark. So goes the story. But I'm going to head around here now, and I think around the corner these are apartments, luxury holiday homes over there as well. You can see the glass building. Wind is pretty strong, but it's fairly warm today. Around the corner here is the famous sign. There we go, a little bit closer. Look at that. Seashells everywhere down here. Clear, beautiful water. There's my shadow. It's getting a bit later in the afternoon now, so I need to press on, heading up in that direction towards the Duncansby sea stacks. So just a little bit east of John O Groats, and I'm close by now to the famous Duncansby sea stacks, which you can see in the distance there. I'm going to walk up to them. Made it up about as far as I'm going to go, and from here I've got an amazing view of the two main sea stacks, and there's a third smaller one down there. There's warnings not to get too close to the edge here because the whole place is eroding, unfortunately, including the sea stacks. The North Sea is treacherous in this part, so it has been eroding away at these sea stacks for the last 6,000 years, incredibly enough. How amazing is that? Like a tall island. The sea and the weather here is so treacherous because it's close to the area where the North Sea meets the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, well, zoom in on this one. It's got like a spire-like top, this one has. Eventually they will be nothing because the sea will reclaim them at some point in the future. Who knows when? But they are marvellous just to look at. Okay, I'm going to head back in that direction towards the lighthouse. So the lighthouse that I was talking about there was built in 1924 because of the amount of shipwrecks and the dangerous sea that was pushing boats towards the crags and the cliffs of the most northeastern part of mainland Britain. And they built the lighthouse and it had a lighthouse keeper, the same guy I believe, for 70 years. But in 1997 technology changed everything and the lighthouse keeper was no longer needed because the lighthouse became fully automated. There used to be living quarters as well up here, but the living quarters were destroyed after the lighthouse keeper moved out in around 97 because of asbestos and dampness in the building. But the lighthouse is still there, it still works, and it still watches over the ships as they come around these dangerous seas. There we go, Duncansby Lighthouse. It has got this wire fence around, you can't actually get any closer to it than I am. But this is, I guess, the most northeasterly building in mainland Britain. Still in operation, even today. But today I guess it's not going to be needed that much because it is stunning and visibility is very good. And I'll tell you what I did notice. I did notice that over there are some more lighthouses on a tiny little island. Okay, right, let's head to the most northerly point now. As I said, this is the most northeasterly. Let's go for northerly. So I'm at Dunnet Head, which is the most northerly point in mainland Britain. That's behind me though. First of all, I'm going to go and check out the views from the scenic viewpoint here at the top. In clear weather, Dunnet Head offers superb vistas as far west as Cape Wrath. So I don't know if that's what I see today. You can see some rainstorms out there, but I'm just wondering whether that faint sliver of land out there in the distance is Cape Wrath. And here are the views right from the top here. Definitely as I've come more westerly now, the place is looking a lot more desolate. Maybe it's due to the stormy clouds in the sky and the atmosphere changing there, but things are definitely looking more desolate and void of life, I guess. But that's the Highlands for you. The Scottish Highlands is a very sparsely populated area of the country. Right, I'm going to take a walk, I think, back down and just take a look down there at the lighthouse where I'm parked, just the other side of it. Okay, coming up, the most northerly point. Well, now I've conquered the most northerly points of mainland Britain, Dunnet Head and John O Groats. It's given me a thirst for trying to get to the most southerly point of mainland Britain, certainly the furthest point from here, and that is Land's End. So stay tuned for that one. That is coming up in a future episode at some point, I'm sure. Right, I'm going to head on now to my final stop of the day. I want to stop by the small town of Thurso, which is about half an hour's drive away, and that will be it for this video. So I'm going to press on now from Dunnet Head. You can see the viewpoint where I was just previously, just there. Right, back to the car park I think, and back on the road. made it to Thurso. Right, let's go down this little passageway. I think this is going to take me out onto the high street, which was fairly nice. I just walked through it a few moments ago. I was trying to find a chip shop or a burger shop or something that I could eat at quickly. That's a nice building over there. Maybe the town hall or something. It's kind of deserted. It is coming up to, what, 7:45? A lot of shops in this area. Really old, sort of concrete building though. Well, when I say really old, I mean kind of 1940s, 1950s. There's a few food shops I've seen around, but they're all closed, so maybe I won't eat anything tonight. I've got a few snacks in the car. All right, nice guitars, ukuleles, pianos. It's all for sale in there. All right, when I walked up here a few moments ago, I could smell something cooking. It smelled good. Maybe like fish and chips. But I haven't seen anything open at all, so maybe that was just somebody's dinner being cooked at home, wafting out the window of their residential property. Okay, well, I've been down that way. That was where I parked the car. So I think I'll head up this way and then maybe take a left and head over to the church area. I saw that as I was coming into town. Bingo. Just about got there in time. They were closing at 9. Sorry, 8. It's 8 o'clock. I'm losing track here. But I managed to get something. I'm going to head back round by the church to the car, I think. Eat it and then head off to my glamping pod. So there is Thurso Church. And I got a great view of it actually as I was coming in to town. It's a little memorial garden opposite, and the road that I followed to get here is right down there at the bottom. Okay, I'm going to go and eat my chicken burger and chips. You can see the time, 5 to 8. I wanted to be at the glamping pod by now, but I've got another hour on the road till I get there. In any event, good night from Thurso in Scotland.